Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Nakie and I hope everybody is doing well. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. On today's menu, we're making egg stew or egg sauce. Let's get started. For our ingredients, we need fresh tomatoes, scotch bonnet pepper, onion. This is medium half onion. I have my sliced ring onions. You're going to use that later on when the stew is almost done. I have my smoked turkey. You could use any meat of your choice. I'm using smoked turkey. And I have my mackerel and my tomato paste. I also have my sliced onion and my shrimp tablets, and I have my eggs. Yeah, we're making eggs too, so we need our eggs. I'm gonna blend all the tomato, the scotch bonnet pepper, and the onion together. And this is my blended tomatoes, scotch bonnet pepper, and onion. And this is the texture I went for. I didn't blend it to the smooth texture. I always like to crush them. It gives it a different flavor and I love it. So if you want to try, just blend it to coarse or crushed texture and you're going to love it. In a pot, I put in my vegetable oil. At this point, you could use any oil of your choice, olive oil, whatever oil that you prefer. And I'm adding my sliced onion. I'm going to let the onion fry for about like 1 to 2 minutes, and I'm going to add my blended tomato, scotch bonnet pepper, and onion, and that's it. It's going right in the oil. So I give this a stir to make sure everything is well mixed together. This is going to cook on the medium heat for about 20 to 30 minutes or till all the moisture evaporates. In about 30 minutes later, this is how our stew is looking. You see the color has changed and you see that most of the moisture has evaporated, and that's exactly how you want it to look. And I'm adding my tomato paste at this point. When I'm making some stews like this, there's no like in order when I add my tomato paste, but I needed to add it before I add any kind of meat to it. You could put it in the beginning, like if you put your onion in the oil, yeah, you could add it right away. It doesn't change anything. I do most of the time, but I just wanted to try this way, and it still tastes good anyway. It doesn't really matter. But when I'm making some specific stew, I probably would like to add it before I add the fresh tomatoes. And yeah, so just add your tomato paste, give it a stir to make sure everything is well mixed together. So I let the stew cook for additional 15 minutes, and you could see the stew has reduced, and you could tell it has also changed in color because of the tomato paste. I'm adding my smoked turkey. At this point, just use any fish or meat you prefer. I just like the smoked turkey when I'm making my egg stew. I'm also going to be adding my mackerel in tomato sauce. You could leave it whole if you prefer, but I just like to mash it. When it's blended with the stew, it just gives it a different taste, and I love that taste. That's why I'm kind of mashing it into it. But you could leave it whole if you don't want it into, like you don't want it to like mix up in your stew, okay? I give this a stir to make sure everything is well mixed together. I'm adding a little bit of the tomato sauce. So I don't like adding a lot of the mackerel and the tomato sauce, like the sauce part. I don't like to add a lot in my stews. For some reason, I feel like it takes away that kind of taste. Like it makes it so tomato taste. I don't know, but that's my preference. I'll add a little bit, but not like all of it. So yeah, if you like it, just pour everything in, okay? I'm adding my shrimp tablets. Use any seasoning of your choice. I'm giving this a stir again to make sure everything is well mixed together. Our stew is looking good and it's almost done. So the stew cooked for additional 5 minutes, and I'm now adding my eggs. You could wax your eggs, but I like the chunkiness of the yolk when it's done, so I didn't whisk it, I'm just pouring it inside. Just let it cook and you're gonna see how the yolk is gonna be chunky when the stew is done. So the stew have been cooking at a medium heat for about 7 minutes, and look at that. At this point you want to stir it gently, otherwise all the yolk is going to break, and we still want that chunkiness. So we want to give it a gentle stir to let this cook, and the egg should be really done before we eat it. We don't want to have like any uncooked eggs in our stew. Okay, so yeah, give that a stir, let it cook gently, and yes, look at that. This has been cooking for additional 7 minutes, and look at all that. That's exactly how I wanted it to be, and it looks so good. I'm adding my sliced ring onion. This is optional. If you don't like onions, then yes, skip this part. But if you do and you want some texture and crunchiness to your stew, then yeah, put some onions when the stew is done, and you're gonna love this stew. And look at the beauty of this stew. It looks so good, and it tastes really good too. I let this cook for additional 2 to 3 minutes on the low heat. We don't want to overcook it, otherwise we're not going to have the texture we're looking for. This stew was so good because of the onions. It gave you that kind of sweetness to it, that crunchiness to it, and it was really good. Enjoy this with your rice, gari, anything that you want to enjoy your stew with. Just go ahead. I did with my boiled plantain, and it was really good. And 3 minutes later, look at the stew. Look at the onions, look at the yolk, like everything is intact. Really good, have texture, crunchiness to your stew, sweetness because of the onion, and it's so good. I hope you give this recipe a try, guys. You will really love it. I also added a little bit of salt, but that video didn't show us, so taste for salt if you need to. And that's it, our stew is done. Alright everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something new. I hope you give this recipe a try, and I know you will love it. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Until I come your way next time, this is Cook with Nakie. Be good to yourself, be good to everybody. It goes a long way.